I got big feet jokes. I got ugly feet jokes.
Don't even get me started. I used to wear them big ass Adidas shoes. Oh my god. I ain't start wearing J's till I was in high school. What's up, YouTube? It's Bro Rigoletto, and I'm back on the scene with another YouTube video.
My nigga.
And yes, I know I've been gone for like 6 days, so go ahead and forgive me. Yeah, I was on vacation in Las Vegas. That video is actually going to be uploaded pretty soon, so be looking for that. But this video is about young Don the Sauce guy telling his story about him getting teased about where he lived. I hate bullies. But his stories are good, his animations are always on point, but y'all know before we go ahead and dive into the video, leave your boy a like, comment, and subscribe, especially getting them comments. Let your boy know what's up so I can make my channel a better experience for y'all, the Royal Clan. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video.
And then from behind me, I hear, Lord Donald, I saw you live. Me did think say you very nicer than that.
I love the accent every time.
I turn around and there's this group of kids laughing.
And for what?
And I don't know what to do.
What they laughing for?
Do you like video games? Anime, magic?
Ooh, you know I love me some Naruto.
Not spending money.
Oh, what's that? What? Avatar the Last. Oh, he let his animation in this too.
Sponsor Genshin Impact. A brand
Everybody been telling me about this game, and I still.
Japanese RPG game available on PC, Android, iOS.
What's that? That wasn't Sasuke.
Now, when it comes to combat, right? You have a beautiful.
I'm gonna get in on this. I'm gonna get in on this. No cap. Oh.
There's 7 elemental powers total.
Making me amazed, straight up.
But seeing that there are 24 playable characters, so
that reminded me of Unknown from Tekken.
When you get the game, try this out, right? Start off with your fire character, then switch to the wind character for the wombo combo.
That was actually dope as freak.
Action. Toasty. Characters are unlocked at random.
No wonder everybody's talking about this game.
Storyline. And at level 16,
I don't know, but I just don't really play games like that. It's just like a watch thing for me.
As a part of the global launch, there are several events where
but I might actually immerse in this though.
And rare items such as the People's Choice event and the Wings of Companionship event, where you can unlock the 4-star characters Zhang Ling and the Wings of Companionship glider respectively. Now, you can spend money on this game, but I guarantee you that you can also spend hundreds of hours playing this game, never running out of things to do without spending a dime. So use my link in the description and download this game today. Thanks to Genshin Impact for sponsoring this video.
You already know I'm gonna check you out, period.
Children can be cruel. In fact, I dare say that most of the dysfunction and insecurities we carry with us into adulthood are the results of things that happen to us as children, often at the hands of other children. The cruelest thing I think that kids do to each other is mock and tease each other for things that they have absolutely no control over. You know, height, skin color, the kind of clothes their parents can afford to give them. It's fucked up. And listen, I agree.
All ignorance that was projected in their minds from birth.
And you need that in life because at times the world can be a very
not actual birth.
Unforgiving place. But does that justify children being mean to other children?
No, it does not whatsoever.
No. Personally, I got my fair share of shit growing up. I fell and knocked out my 2 front teeth almost as soon as I got them. So I didn't have any front teeth from nursery school age until like the 2nd
But it's an
grade.
experience, you know what I'm saying, that makes you who you are.
Buck and crooked. So I got
fine.
teeth jokes all the way until like the 5th grade when I started to somewhat grow into them. They were still shit, but I embraced it.
Okay.
I got big feet jokes. I got ugly feet jokes.
Don't even get me started. I used to wear them big ass Adidas shoes. Oh my god. I ain't start wearing J's till I was in high school.
So big kids thought they could push me around, which is why as a kid, I just tried to be everyone's friend. And to top it off,
but you should be everybody's friend, though.
Big ass backpacks every year, even though I would tell her not to specifically buy me Jansports. And
But
she
you're
would never
tall,
do it
though.
because she said that they were expensive.
I knew a
while
friend
being
in high
poorly
school
made. And she
and
wanted
middle
me to value
school
things based on
who used to walk out with that big
instead
ass
of their
Go
popularity.
Diego Go backpack
Which
on.
is true, but still lame. But of everything that I've ever been teased about, there was one thing that really bothered me when it happened, and I think it was because it was based around a lie. See, like when I got teased for my crooked teeth, I would go home, look in the mirror, and say to
Really
myself,
though, why are you doing
"Yeah,
that?
you some crooked ass teeth, nigga. Maybe one day you'll get braces. I don't know." But when people start
Me as
lying about
fuck.
you, what you gonna do? Embrace the lie? All you can do is ignore it, which is easier said than done. So back in like the 8th grade, right? Back in Jamaican
Just
house,
be
my dad
comfortable who
started
you
a
are. Be
supplies
content
company,
with who
supplying
you
things
are.
like copier
Accept
paper,
yourself first,
stationery,
and
other office
all
supplies
else
to other
does not
companies.
matter.
He started it with his friend, and together they settled on setting up their base of operations at this spot that was pretty close to my school. So one day, he picks me up from school and tells me that he's gonna stop by the office on the way home and show me the new place. So we're driving down from school, down this main street called Hope Road. The same
Okay,
way we
you're
always
moving.
drive to get home. We're like 3 minutes down the road from school, and then my dad makes a right onto this property that I had never noticed before. I'm talking, I've been down this street hundreds of times at that point. Never once did I notice this property. And that's probably because the small entranceway was hidden by an overgrowth of bushes and shrubs. So we drive down this dirt road and park in front of this large one-story building, which was clearly a house, not an office building.
That's nice. Got little statues in front of the door red,
The
big.
niggas who built it,
That's
had
nice.
sense, bro, for sure. It was so old and it was not well taken care of. Turns out the people that owned
That's
it,
why y'all
inherited it from their
refurbish
family
it,
and
like-
wanted to turn it into a business complex, but it was still in the beginning phase of being turned into that. On the outside, it still looked like an old rundown house. Now, at first, I actually thought it was kind of cool. You know, I like old buildings, and I like the idea of my dad starting a company. And when I went inside, it looked like an office space. There were desks and computers and air conditioning.
That's
There was fresh
nice.
paint on the walls. Everything looked legit. On top of which, I thought it was pretty cool to now be walking distance from my dad's office. So that became the daily routine. After school, whenever I didn't have sports, my dad would pick me up, take me to the office, and I'd play video games on the computer until it was time to go home. Well, one day, my dad says to me, "Hey son, instead of me picking you up, I want you to walk to the office after school." So I'm like, no problem. So one day, I'm walking to the office after school, and I'm walking with a crowd of students. In Jamaica, we don't have school buses that
Yeah,
pick you up and drop you
I
off from
heard
school.
that.
Most kids have to use the city bus. So I'm walking to the office. These other kids are walking to the bus stop. Kids that know who I am.
But I
We're
think
walking,
everything is like in the
and then we
walking
get to the
distance, though. I would
gate
hope
at
so.
the front of the property. So I turn and start walking up the dirt pathway, and then from behind me, I hear, "Lad Donald, I say you live. Me did think say you live somewhere nicer than that." Yo, Donald, I really don't say you live, dog. Rotted. I turn around, and there's this group of kids laughing at me, and I don't know what
Literally
to do,
have
because
nothing.
one, they're still
Just
walking on their way to the bus stop.
continue
So
to
I'm like,
walk
I'm
inside
not
the
about to
house.
chase
I
them
mean, the
down and
freaking
try to
office.
Convince them that I don't live here.
Exactly.
Also, I don't live here.
So-
I'm like, I guess I should ignore that.
Yeah.
But I still felt pretty shitty because
Just
I
ignore
could
it.
see how it
What are
looks
you-
like I lived there. And
So,
no one's gonna look at this rundown old slave master's house and think that there are these small companies being started in the back. And no one at the school actually knew where I really lived because my parents
Nah, but I
weren't
say
a
that now, but being
sleepover
back
and hang out with
then,
other kids after
I
school
understand where he
kind of
coming from.
parents. So I just turned around and with a good amount of embarrassment, walked into the house. And I didn't say anything about it to my dad because I didn't know what to say. So
Boy,
just did it.
the amount of things
But
I let bother me when
knew
I was that
never wanted
age.
to walk there again because I didn't want this rumor that I live in a bando to grow. But I also didn't want to tell my dad that I didn't want to walk there anymore because of what some dumb kids are saying. So the next day, I go to school and I'm paranoid that everyone now thinks that I live in an abandoned house down
Likely,
the street.
yeah.
Every chuckle I hear, every whisper, I think is some kid roasting me about living in a dump. And I already wasn't the most confident kid in the 8th grade, so It made me
Anytime
feel
something
insecure.
just
And now the
recently
school
happened to you,
bell
then
at the
following
end of
day you
the
go
day
to school,
went from
you're
being my
paranoid
favorite
as
sound
hell
to being
that
the
people
sound
are
I
talking
hated.
about
I
that
came up with all
thing.
these ways to avoid people finding out about the house. Sometimes I would just sit and wait after school for as long as I could, so that most of the kids would have
Don't
already
resort
taken
to
the
doing
bus
those.
home. I tried to always walk by myself, and if I saw
Yeah,
someone that
it's so
knew, I would just
relatable.
walk
It
away
is
where they couldn't
so
see.
relatable.
And then, as soon as I turned the corner onto the property, I would run to the house door, trying to get inside before anyone I knew walked by. I was putting myself through so much just to avoid people finding out
Yes.
something about me that wasn't
Unnecessary
even true. And
actions.
that's how I operated the entire rest of the school year. The next school year, though, my little sister started 7th grade at my school. And now after school, I had to walk her to the office. And that changed everything. Because now it wasn't about worrying about people spreading rumors that I lived in some rundown house down the street. Now it was about making sure my baby sister got to my dad's office safely.
Oh.
Also, my little sister looked up to me. And if she sensed that I was insecure about the house,
Then
maybe
she would
start
become-
feeling embarrassed about it too.
Yes.
And I didn't grow up with a big brother to teach me the importance of masculinity and stoicism. But
What is
despite
up
being
with people
divorced
in
from my
this
mom,
masculinity
my dad did
crowd?
teach me enough to know that it's important that the women in your life never see you as weak or scared, even in the moments that you are weak and scared, because that's just what men are supposed to do. So the very first time I walked with my sister, she wanted
That's
us to
what
walk with a
everyone's
group of kids
supposed
she
to do.
knew. So we're walking up the street, and then as we get to the gate, surrounded by people who knew both of us, instead of wanting to hide, I walked with my back straight, my chin held high, and as if nothing was wrong with this picture. Because nothing
But
was
if you are
wrong
older,
with that
sibling,
picture.
most
And I don't know
definitely
if my sister even sensed it,
do
or
the
she
right
was just
thing
already
for
mature
your
enough to
younger
know that shit
sibling.
like this didn't matter. But she looked comfortable and like she didn't have a care in the world.
Because she
And that's
doesn't.
all that mattered to me.
'Cause
And I
children are
noticed
so
I had
pure.
no snickering, no laughing.
They're not
It made
worried
me
about
think,
that type of stuff.
Why the did I ever let that shit bother me in the first
Exactly.
place?
Now you
From
look
that
kind of
day
goofy
on,
because your
never
little
did.
sister was
I never
like,
explain myself. I'd walk with my friends sometimes, and if anyone ever asked me why I'm walking in there, I'd just say, this is where I go after school. And then that was it. There are a lot of morals that you can take away from this. But the one I want to focus on is that when someone tries to gain popularity at the expense of someone else, it's because they believe that the only way they can lift themselves up in the eyes of others is by putting someone else down. And that is a true mark of someone who feels
yes.
inadequate. So take solace in that and know that more than likely it's because you have something that they wish they had.
That's why I love Young Don the Sauce God. Are you kidding me, bro? Like that dude.
Close to myself. I could die tonight if I go alright. I don't need more time. I know souls don't die. No.
Let me stop if I get copyrighted by Sun Music. Nah, but I love Young Don the Sauce God. He be spitting straight facts and knowledge, especially at the end of his clips and throughout, the whole thing. But period, point blank. And yes, please take notes from what knowledge Young Don from the knowledge he was spitting, period. Do not worry about what nobody else is talking about, because at the end of the day, if people are bullying you, it is because they are not content with who they are as an individual, and they feel as though bringing you down is going to build them up as a person in other people's eyes, or just make them feel better about what's going on with them personally. So yeah, don't be worried about all that. That's gonna go ahead and wrap it up. And you already know, before you go ahead and dip, leave your boy that like, comment, and subscribe, especially getting them comments. Let your boy know what's good so I can make my channel a better experience for y'all, the Royal Clan. And like I always say, do not waste your life trying to live up to everyone else's expectations of who you are as an individual. Live up to your own expectations.